What feels the best?
Hitting someone and watching them fall. As a fighter, who the fuck wouldn't want to fucking knee somebody in the face as hard as you can when they're on the fucking ground and not get in trouble for it? You know what I'm saying?
There's this fight where you like win because of a liver shot. And then you just scream afterwards.
It always feels like you didn't hit him hard.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you punched like a pillow. You know, like,
wow.
like it feels like you missed almost, and then like you throw it, and then again like you feel like you missed. It didn't really hit hard, but then you see this person just drop.
You're a scary motherfucker in the ring, dude. You're a scary motherfucker, dude.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. Just busy day, long day. Days are long, weeks are fast.
Yeah, but when you love something and when you want to be great at something, it takes a little bit of sacrifice. And
Absolutely.
sometimes that's time, dude.
Absolutely. It's always time. You know, it's always going to be time, and time away from people that you love, and, you know, for now. Just for now, you know.
It's all temporary for something like for greatness, right? Yeah, and then after your fight on September 6th, you can go ahead and drink a 40, man.
Most definitely. I'm definitely going to do that.
What I love hearing, because like listening to other interviews of you in prep for this podcast,
Yeah.
I love that every single time they ask, like, so like outside of fighting, like what would you do? You'd be like, man, I'll just be kicking back, relaxing, and probably drinking a 40. I'm like, this guy
It's the truth, though, man.
gets it.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth.
Why is it specifically a 40 that you choose as your choice?
Because I'm broke.
That's
I'm
the
broke.
reason.
And because they hit harder, man. You only got to drink one to kind of get you there.
To mess you up.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And when I was growing up, I used to go fishing with my pop a lot. And whenever we would go fishing, he would always get a 40 of Old English. So like he would always just be sitting there chilling, drinking, talking to me about what he did when he was young, and like, you know, stuff that he always wanted to do, and it was always like a moment for us to bond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like when I grew up of age, I'm like, man, let me try this, man, and it's cool. I like it,
dude. It doesn't taste bad. It's like an easier introduction into alcohol rather than like Henny or something like that.
Well, I mean, shit. When I grew up, my whole family grew up. Well, as I grew up, my family was drinking a lot of Hennessy, so naturally, I kind of gravitated towards that too when I got older.
Yeah.
So like now, like my liquor of choice would be Hennessy.
Yeah.
And then like if I would have like just like a regular beer, if I'm like just chilling like this, I probably would be drinking like a Modelo.
Nice.
And if I'm feeling a little spunky, then I'll probably get like a 40 of Old English, and you know what I mean.
I like how you already have set in your mind alcohol options depending on your mood.
Yep. Yeah. Doesn't everybody? Is that just me, or?
I don't know. The last time maybe if I'm feeling spunky, I'll get me like 2 Mickeys.
There you go. Yeah, Mickey's. Yeah, Mickey's is good too. I like Mickey's. I like the little grenades that you can get. They're like the little glass bottles.
Oh, they do those now.
They got the little riddles on the cap. You know
I didn't realize. Oh, they're turning into Snapple right now.
Yeah. They've had it. They've had it for a while now. I remember when I was in high school, we used to shoulder tap fucking those grenades, and we would always, you know, drink them and then fucking look at the riddle, and it was always like, I don't know, like one of them was like, think outside the box or something like that. One of them was
they want you to think outside the box after you just downed one of those?
Yeah,
man?
It's cool though, man.
Yeah. In high school, I was like one of those. When I was 16, I was looking 32, man, because I already had like facial hair. Yeah, I was like not, you know how Asians usually look 12 forever.
Yeah.
I was able to go into this liquor store in downtown Vallejo, and I would get like me and my homies some Four Locos. You remember Four Locos?
Yeah, those Headache City, man.
Oh,
Headache City,
dude,
bro.
Yeah, might as well just inject yourself with a pound of sugar.
For
right?
reals, bro. For reals, man. Yeah, I don't have very good memories of drinking Four Loko. I would always like just be so hammered and spinning and throwing up, and it just wasn't fun.
And that's what you're asking for when you get a Four Loko.
Exactly. You know what you're getting, you know?
Yeah, and it's funny that how loud the can is. Like, it's like they want you to know that you're drinking a Four Loko. Like, this person, stay away from this person.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. This guy's got problems.
Yeah, man. So, like, with in prepping for fights, you can't have anything, huh?
If I'm a little bit farther out, I'll have like a drink here and there. I'll have maybe a couple of beers after practice, sometimes. But once we get a little bit closer, that's when I stop drinking and stop drinking beer. I might have like a little bit of liquor here and there, but it ain't fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like just enough. Like if I'm at a family get together and my aunties and uncles are having one and they ask me if I want one, like, yeah, I'll have one. I'll have one with you guys and I'll just post up and hang out,
Oh, okay.
At least nice. I get to hang out with you, like this shit ain't gonna go nowhere. The food's not gonna go nowhere. The drinks aren't going nowhere. What I want is to just spend time with you guys, you know what I mean? And if I can do that, even if I got to be sober, fuck, I don't care. That's an easy trade-off, you know what I mean?
Easy trade-off, dude. Yeah. And your metabolism's crazy that if you have like, a few like 100 calories from a shot or whatnot, it's just going to go away.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to burn off some liquor than it is to burn off beer.
Oh, dude. A beer belly is, I don't think you've ever had to deal with like a beer belly or a belly in general, man.
Kind of, sort of. So before I started training, I signed up to T4L when I was 23. And when I was 21, all the way up until then, I was working full time. And I would drink like a 12-pack to the face every night. Night. And I would eat like McDonald's and Jack in the Box and Popeyes and all the shit that you ain't supposed to be eating for like, if not every meal, most of the meals during the day. So like, when I first stepped into T4L, bro, I was fucking fat, man. Well, fat because I was weighing like I was weighing like 165, and I fight at 125. So like a couple of months after me training there, I got down to like 130. You know what I mean? I was kind of going through some shit and some personal things, and so I wasn't like eating or sleeping very much, and I lost hella weight, and then I started fighting and, haven't looked back.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, 130, 120. You fight at 125.
Yeah.
The last time I was 125 pounds, I think I was in 5th grade, dude. I was in like 6th. I was a fat boy.
Yeah.
And so it's always like inspiring to like hear, to talk to fighters and like the discipline that you have, because best believe after you leave, I'm raiding my cabinet and my fridge for some sweets.
I feel it, man. Yeah, dude, it's just trading what you want now for what you want later, you know what I mean? Like you got your eyes set on a bigger goal, and like the things that fighters do as far as like cutting weight is not sustainable for somebody that wants to lose weight. So there's a difference between cutting weight and then losing weight. You know what I mean? When you lose weight, you want to keep the weight off, right? When you cut weight, you're just losing it for a short amount of time and then you're putting it back on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's obvious that you love this shit. Dude.
Obviously, yeah. I love it, man. I've loved it ever since I watched my first fight. Ever since I started wrestling, I just fell in love with it.
Dude, like it's kind of... I had a boxer on, and his name's Malachi Machine Gun Johnson, and he had an interesting response. He says like he doesn't love the thing. He says like, nah, dude, I'm like good at this shit because I don't want to get my ass beat.
That's still whatever reason it is to be good is a good reason, But
like there's this fight where you like win because of a liver shot, and then you just scream afterwards.
Balance there. Big shots from Terrance Saeturn, who got dangerously close to being submitted just moments ago by Keanu Moyer.
Is that a liver shot?
Oh,
one of those liver shots. It's one of those liver shots that sneaks up on you.
Saeturn has finished Keanu Moyer with a liver shot.
And that scream, like that, the picture that is used on your merch that your girlfriend makes for you, that is just such a war cry. That ecstatic image can like secondhand induce in me. That makes me want to like... I mean, I ain't never been in a fight before, but that makes me want to fucking throw down.
Yeah. Dude, like that feeling is the best feeling in the world, man. There's no weed or alcohol that's gonna get you as high as that right there. You know what I mean? Like you work so hard for something, and then you and this person just beat the shit out of each other. You're taking years off of each other's lives, and you're taking a piece from each other, and then you go out and you finish someone like that, and then it's just all of the emotions that you would expect to feel are just rushing through your body and coursing through your veins, and then you turn around and you see everybody fucking, standing up and cheering. And it's just, it's just seems like the right thing to do is just to scream and embrace the moment,
Dude, yeah, it's true because in this day and age where society has really tied us down, like when I go out in the streets, I can't scream like that. I can't scream at my biotech. I can't be like, I just made this medicine, bro. And like, I can't do a war cry. But like, you truly are bringing out the animalistic, like this guttural side of the human side that is like, there's something like addictive about it. You know?
It's the it helps you tap into like the primal side of your humanity, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Because fighting is like a very natural thing that people do. And it's just, I don't know. It's just like a kind of like a natural. Even people that are like, "Oh, I'm a pacifist" or this and that. You know what I mean? Like everyone is capable of being violent. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody is capable of balling up their fists and then swinging at somebody. It doesn't really take a lot, and it's just a natural thing. I think it's just what humans are naturally do. I mean, we've obviously gone away from it. People. People want to be smart and go to college and like be like a doctor or something like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, even then, you're still somewhere in there. It's locked away somewhere in there. You just got to find it.
I'm pretty sure
you want to find it.
Pretty sure there's doctors out there at Kaiser that get pissed and just like want to beat the shit out of someone with a stethoscope.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but like when you're in the ring, and since it's such an environment that can induce emotion, like you are there fighting for your life. You hear the rumbling of the crowd's voices, and you see the audience, and you see your opponent. What's the balance between like emotion and also like keeping a clear mind so that you could get to victory? What do you have to say to that?
That's a good question. So. Coach Sonny's dad, Mr. Ramos, he's talked to me once or a couple of times about something that he calls controlled fury. Mm-hmm. And when he talked to me about that, I had just watched the X-Men movie, X-Men First Class, when Professor X was trying to show Magneto how to like use his powers. And then he goes, true focus lies between rage and serenity. And then like I heard that, and then Mr. Ramos told me about this controlled fury thing, and I'm like, wow, dude, like the universe is just fucking sending me messages, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like making the walk and then going out there, hearing the crowd, meeting this person in the middle, you would definitely want to be in the moment, right? You want to be in the moment, but you don't want to let your adrenaline get the best of you, because then, you're just going to end up exhausting yourself, I see videos of like people, and people are different, but some people like to like get really amped up and like screaming, before they come out. And some people are like really chill. And I kind of like to be right in between, where like I'll say things to myself like, I'm the best. I'm the king. It's my time. It's my time to shine. And I just keep telling myself these things as I'm walking out. And that is like a mental warm up for myself. Because like when you're in the back, you warm up. That's your physical warm up. You're hitting the pads and you're doing all these things. And that's your physical warm up. So before you go out there, you need to make sure that you're mentally ready to fucking fight this person. And then you're feeling all these emotions like, fuck, I gotta go pee, I'm fucking nervous, or nervousness and excitement. It's the same feeling, right? Yeah. It's just really what you're directing it towards, right? Are you gonna let yourself be like, oh my God, I have so much anxiety, I'm so nervous, and I'm so scared, or like, oh dude, like I'm fucking ready to go. I can't wait to go out there and fucking show everybody what I've been working on. Yeah. And so just finding the balance between rage and serenity, having controlled fury, and not letting anything on the outside, like, because you'll hear people like screaming like, hey, go, or boo, or fuck you, or whatever, right? You hear these things and it's just like, I don't give a shit what the fuck you have to say. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna have fun doing it, and I'm gonna be in the moment. When it's done, when it's all said and done, you get your hand raised, you don't get your hand raised, then that's when you can kind of start soaking in the energy. You take a look at the crowd, everybody's clapping for you, they're cheering for you, they're and then you're like, wow, this is great, this is why I love to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That, I mean, it's really cool to like watch you fight, and there's so much agility, and like you classify yourself as a freestyler because you could do it all, and it's obvious that you could do it all because regardless of like what your opponent's throwing at you, like you're ready to, dude. I've seen you do like a suplex. That's scary as shit, man.
Yeah, practice, brother, practice.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like the last time I tried to do a suplex was like, you ever have those like family parties where there's like those inflatable jumpers?
Jump houses. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
it all starts from there, bro. All starts from there.
Were you when you were like learning like wrestling when you're like 9 years old and up? Would you practice like in the jumper like that?
Not suplexes, no, not suplexes, man. Honestly, like I never really did that to anyone because in high school in American wrestling, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
In Olympic freestyle and Greco-Roman, you are allowed to do that, right? If you do that shit in high school, they'll call you for like being overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't really start doing that until a few fights ago. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to do it to somebody, and now that I'm able to do it without getting in trouble, I'm like, oh, hey, I can do this. This is great, you know.
Yeah.
But it all comes from practice, man. Just reps and reps, and then there's like this stretch that my wrestling coach has us doing, Darius, where we like. There's a wall behind us, and then you reach back, and then you walk your hands down, and then you walk your hands back up. So it like really works on your mobility for your back and arching your back, and that stretch, you know, helps out a lot, you know, because the last thing you want to do when you suplex somebody is fucking spike yourself on your own head, and that's not going to feel good. That's not going to feel good at all. Lincoln,
no, dude. Can you imagine doing a suplex and it was just counterproductive and you just knock yourself out?
Yeah, and that's happened before. Matt Linlin, it wasn't from a traditional suplex like how I did it. He was more like a belly to belly. So him and this person were like facing each other, and then he went to throw him and he slammed himself on his head and knocked himself out. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So you got to be careful doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary sport. Like, what do your like loved ones feel about when you were getting into this? I mean, obviously there's always some sort of worry. There's some sort of like emotional resistance to like, when you get up there.
Yeah, well, my pop's always been like super supportive of me, man. Like he went to almost all of my wrestling matches, and he's been to pretty much all of my fights, if not all of them, you know. And then my mom, it took some convincing to do, because I remember when I was making my amateur debut, I asked her, I was like, hey, I have tickets. I mean, if you want to go, that'd be great. If not, it's cool. Don't worry about it. She's like, no, Terrance, I don't want to see you get hurt and this and that. And then my pop talked her into it. And then ever since then, she has not missed a single fight.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, she's great. Obviously, like they don't want me to get hurt. That's just normal. You know what I mean? But they believe in me, and they've seen time and time again that I'm really good at it, you know, and there is something to worry about. Obviously, there's always the possibility of getting hurt, but I mean, they love it. I think. I mean, I would like to think that they love it. You know, they're all really supportive of it, though. You know, and then my Uncle Johnny, you know, if it wasn't for him, me and you would not be sitting here having this conversation.
Well, he's the one that
now.
showed you wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
He's the one that got me into it, and like that's when I fell in love with it. And he always knew, like when the first time that he took me to practice, he was like, bro, this kid's gonna be a fucking stud when he gets older, you know. And he always knew that. And I've always been a little person, you know, like a smaller kid. So like he would be saying these things at family parties, and people were like, whatever, dude. He's fucking hella little. Like, look how scrawny he is. How do you expect him to fucking be strong or whatever, right? So like all of these negative things that people would say to him about me, I would hear them. I would hear it, and it was always just fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? Like, you motherfuckers think that I'm a little ass, like a pussy. You think I'm a fucking pussy. You think I'm a bitch. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now it's hilarious, because the same people that would say shit like that when I was younger are the same exact people that are like, bro, you're a fucking beast. Man, I always knew that you were going to do this, and I always had faith in you, and you're representing us so fucking well. And I'm like, okay, man. Like, and I kind of just let him talk, bro. And like, sometimes it gets to the point where like I'm like, all right, bro, like fuck you, dude. Like you got me hella fucked up, bro. Like, don't try to kiss my ass and suck my dick now, because back then, when you didn't even know, you fucking were trying to shut me down just because you were the one that was afraid to fucking follow your own dreams and to fucking do what you've always wanted to do. You know, you wanted to project that onto a fucking little ass kid that said he wanted to be a fighter when he grew up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it gets me kind of, it gets my blood boiling a little bit.
See that, dude.
Times where I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's cool. Like, I'm okay. I love my life. I love what I do. I love my job, you know, and not a lot of people get to say that. No. You know, I don't know a lot of people that can be like, I actually love my job.
I hate my job.
I'm excited to go to work today. You know what I mean? Like, you don't ever really hear that from a lot of people. So it's like me being able to say that and actually mean it. It means something to me, and I take pride in being able to say that and do the things that I do.
It's so cool, yeah, man, because to do the damn thing, to love it, and to be great at it, and to be successful at it, right? And I connect with you with how people will try to ride your dick when you get successful. When you get, I was saying, like I grew up fat, and I say this all the time, and my listeners are probably sick of it, but like when I was fat, my bullies, like, they would make fun of me. They would call me like Godzilla, King Kong. They would call me like,
fucking brutal.
Dude. They would call me some horrible fucking things. And then like these same bullies from like middle school, now that I've, you know, they see what I'm doing with this platform. They see that I've had some very notable guests on there, and I'm very proud to have this platform. But now, like, if I go to downtown Benicia and then like I see the same like middle school bully like just at the same fucking sports bar, drunk as shit at like 3 p.m. and they like they say what's up to me, like, dude, I always knew. I always knew you were that funny guy, dude. And bro, I'm thinking to myself, man, I just feel bad for you. Like, like who do you think you are? So I really connect with you on that level. But to your point, you take that energy, and especially in the field in which your craft is in, you're able to take that kind of energy and like put it into something like constructive and healthy, and like into the fucking training or the fight, right? Which is so cool, dude.
Yeah, man, it's great, man. It's a good outlet, you know, for if you're going through something, you know what I mean? Like, and you don't even have to be like a competitor. Like, you can just, if you could just do it because it's fun, because it is fun. You know, it's way funner than fucking running. Yeah. It's way funner than lifting weights. You know what I mean? Like, it gets your mind involved, you know, and it teaches you how to not only defend yourself, but to how to move your body and control somebody else. And, you know, and it in turn, you know, like the people that you meet, like, I wouldn't trade any of the people that I've met through training and fighting for 100 of the people that I have cut off in my life. You know what I mean? And they're all just such great people, and like the community is really small, and everybody knows everybody, and you know, if you're doing well, people are gonna know. And like I'll be at fights, and you know, there's people from other gyms that are like, "Yo, what's up, Terrance?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like, you know, and I, you know, just to be nice, because it's like, you know, they're showing me love. I mean, I got to show them love back, right?
Yeah. And
it's great. You know, it just makes me feel really connected, and it makes me feel like I belong to a certain group, you know.
Prior to fighting, did you feel like you didn't belong or something?
There were times, you know, like, because I don't hang out with the same group of friends that I did hang out with then. And I always, and it was just weird. Now that I'm older, and like I kind of figured out like why I felt the way I did, is because like, you know, my friends at the time weren't into MMA, and I used to love watching it, and like, you know, watching it and like just talking about it, and I'm sitting here talking about it to them, and it's like they're looking at me like I'm speaking a fucking different language to them, you know, and like, and they were really into like dancing, and like I'm not really a big dancer. I mean, yeah, if I get drunk and I have fun, yeah, but I mean, like, they're like really into dancing, and that's all they really cared about, and like dressing like super fly and all these things, and I'm just like the dude in the background, and I'm, you know, and it's nothing against them, you know, it's nothing against them, but to put it in simpler terms, like, I always felt like they were speaking a different language than me. And then now that I've been training and I've been fighting, I found my group of friends and my group of people that speak the same language as me. And I feel like I belong with them. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. Like, I was very, very confused for a while when I was kind of going through that. But
that's
now,
the part of growing up, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're gonna have your growing pains,
Exactly. And like it was meant to be, because like now every fight that you reference, everything that you do, like when you talk about work to your friends, they understand because your work is their work. And that's such a cool feeling, right?
Yep.
Dang, dude. Yeah, no, it's cool. You're a scary motherfucker in the ring, dude. You're a scary motherfucker, dude. I mean, with a name like Wrong Turn, in an interview, you were talking about like the origin of that nickname, and like even the way you were telling that story is just like, wow, that's hella scary. You're saying like, hey, wrong turn, bro. Like
you made the wrong turn. You don't fucking belong here, man. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just like, oh man, that makes me want to just leave my GPS on at all times, dude. What was the story? So like you started getting into wrestling at 9 years old, and then do you remember your first like wrestling match?
I do. So I was about 9 years old. I don't remember exactly where it was at, but then I was like there was only one kid in my bracket in my weight division, and he was like this chubbier kid, and I hella wrote like an essay about this when I was like 10 years old, but I remember just being super nervous, and then like my Uncle Johnny is like shaking my arms out and is like telling me to breathe and just go out there and just have fun, just listen out for my voice, have fun. So we go out there, and then I remember like one instance that I remember from the match is that we went out of bounds, and then like I didn't even know that there was like an out of bounds. So we rolled out of bounds, and then the referee's like trying to like center us back up, and I'm like sprinting full speed at this kid, and I like tackle him, and the referee's like, whoa, guys, and and then we centered back up, and I do remember like I picked the kid up, and then like I put him down, and then like my uncle and like a couple of other people that were there were like, oh, and then man, like ever since then, dude, I just was like, man, this is it. This is what I want to fucking do. Yeah.
Dude, there's something about being like a kid with that pent up energy. Because when you're a kid and you have that energy and you kind of exude that energy, like let's say at the mall, your mom's going to be like, hey, don't fucking do that. But like when you're in the ring, like when you're in an environment
you can let loose, man.
When I was talking about those inflatable jumper days at family parties, and I was a bigger kid, it was so fun to go. Like they would pin me up against like 3 of my skinny cousins, and that shit was so fun to just like try and suplex them, try and DDT them, and do shit like that. And that's like an irreplaceable feeling. Is there any like ounce of it that like does that ever play a factor in this kind of thing, or can you not even let that be a factor?
No, I mean, fear is a good thing. Having fear is a good thing. It's the same thing as like being nervous and anxious. The fear is what is going to keep you sharp. You know what I mean? It's what's gonna keep you ready, right? But as far as fear, like I tell this to my kids' class all the time, because there's a bunch of kids. I'd say like 90% of the kids in the class don't like to spar. They're like, hey, coach, I really like coming to practice, but I don't like to spar and this and that. And I understand, like who the fuck likes to get fucking punched in the face? You know what I'm saying? Nobody does. You know what I'm saying? And so like I feel for them, and I try to resonate with them, because I tell them like, this is my job. It is my job to go into a cage and fight somebody for, and every single time I'm afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. It's just, I tell them this thing about the difference between a coward and a hero. You know what I mean? Both people are afraid. A coward and a hero both have fear. You know what I'm saying? But the coward is going to let the fear take over them, and push them in the wrong direction. Whereas a hero is going to feel the fear, accept the fear, and then move into a positive direction with it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, of course I'm afraid, but like, it's not more so like I can live with losing. I can live with losing, but as long as I went out there and I did my best, and I had fun, and I did everything that I could have to prepare for it, and everything was done right. then I can accept losing. Yeah. But if I go out there and I do my best and I have fun and I did everything that I should have done, I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't win, right?
Yeah.
So it's more so the fear of not doing my best. Yeah. That's it. It's not like, oh fuck, I'm about to fight somebody. Like, it's more so I'm like, I don't want to go out there and then freeze. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and it's obvious that you're doing your best. I mean, look at your record. Look at both your amateur and your pro record, dude. Yeah. Solid, fucking solid records. And like I said, scary, man. Like even on the screen, I'm just like, oh, like this guy's gonna come into my studio. Yeah. I mean, ego. Where does ego take place in this? Because in this like industry, you are your brand. Mm-hmm. Confidence is part of your brand.
Definitely.
You know, like your IG handle was like "fuck Terrance." It was like that takes a lot of confidence, man. And now it's wrong turn. You know, and in that nickname already there's confidence. Like, where does ego take place in this whole thing, and like what's the balance between everything?
Ego. Everybody has an ego. Some people's egos are bigger than others, but being on the team that I'm on, Team Nobody MMA, and then being coached by Coach Sonny, he does a really good job of like telling you like, you better fucking leave your ego at the door. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be somebody better than you. You're not better than anybody else that are on these mats. When we step on these mats, everybody is equal. And you should act no different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, I mean, I do joke with my teammates, like Andrew's fucking big ass. I'll always tell him like, dude, like, cause he always tries to roll with me or he'll spar with me, and he's hella bigger than me. And I'm like, Drew, what the fuck? How am I gonna get any better sparring with you? This is nothing for me. You're too little for me, Andrew. You know. And then he's just like, oh yeah, right. And I'm just like, nah, I'm just playing, bro. Like, you know. And it's just jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But like with ego, I personally don't feel like I have too much of a big ego, like especially with fighting, you know, because when I was younger, when I would wrestle, especially like in high school, I had a fucking huge ego, and like I'm always like just talking shit to the wrong people, and then I would get like overconfident, and then I'd go out there and get smashed, bro. And I'm like, okay, so I learned my lesson at a young age to not fucking go barking up the wrong tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're my good friend, my teammate, yeah, I'm gonna bust your balls. I'm gonna talk some shit to you, but that's because I'm your friend. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know you, I'm not gonna fucking go off and like, oh, you're a pussy, I'm gonna beat your ass, blah, 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 shit like that, you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's as far. And so with the Team Nobody MMA, it's no egos. You know what I'm saying? We're just there to get better. Everybody there, everybody on the fight team has the same goals. We all hold each other accountable. And if you're fucking up, somebody's going to tell you, coach is going to tell you, or someone is going to tell you. Yeah. And if coach tells you, then everybody's fucked up then. You know what I mean? Like, so if one of us is fucked up, let's say like we're on a team and then coach is like, I fuck up. It's not just me that's in trouble. It's both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's like the military.
Yeah. So if one person slips up, everybody slips up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so like everyone is just held accountable.
Yep.
For
exactly.
Not just themselves, but for each other now.
Yep. And it's love though. You know, it's never coming from a bad place at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's always coming from a good place. And there's been times where I have been like holding someone accountable, and I'm like, dude, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they're not on the fight team, but they do train at the gym, and then like they take it the wrong way, like, yo, why are you taking it so personal? Why are you grilling me hella hard? And it's just like, well, bro, like I'm saying this to you because I fucking care about you, you know, and like I don't want you to get your ass beat, and I don't like if you ever need to defend yourself outside of here, you know, you better be able to fucking go home. You know, like I don't want to hear that you went to the fucking hospital because you were trying to defend yourself and this dude just beat your fucking ass. You know, if there's anybody that's going to fuck you up, it's got to be one of us on the team. Yeah. You know, anybody else, that's a no-go.
I mean, it's a brotherhood, dude. And there's something about tough love that is, I mean, it's the most genuine form of love, you know? It's kind of love that like, you know, certain parents will give you, that your closest homies will give you, because it's true love. It's not sugar coated with a fake compliment.
Yes,
you know, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of be like, yo, that was good, but this could be better, because you don't want to see your homie get hurt, and because you want to see your homies level up. Especially in this thing, like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to see like my homeboy go to the hospital and whatnot. And so like that's a beautiful thing that I've noticed in the fight community from having fighters on and whatnot, is like, even though this does bring out that primal aspect of the human species out in us, it also really shows how loving and caring and passionate we are too. When I had Eddie on, he says like, even with his opponents, like, there's a bond that you have with your opponent after two warriors have sparred in the ring.
Yes.
There's some things that person across from me in this ring only knows about me because we've fought.
Yep.
That there's things that person knows that my best friend doesn't know.
Exactly.
Because I haven't fought my best friend like that. That is just as vulnerable as you could get.
You take a piece from each other, man. Every time you guys fight, you know, there's a piece of you that, you know, this person is taken from you, and there's a piece of that person that you're taking from them. Yeah. You know, and in that sense, you know, like in a way, you know, this person better than anybody else does.
Yeah, dude.
You know, but yeah, he's absolutely right though. Dude, I love Eddie. I can listen to him talk about like fighting and like his mentality all day. He used to teach over at T4L before he opened up Resistance. Yeah. And I used to love like not only just taking his class, but then like afterwards, like we would always do like a review or a recap for class, and he would always just drop just gems, lacing you up on some game, man. And it just feels like, wow, like this guy is a fucking genius, you know what I mean? And there's so much more that I need to learn, and there's so much more that I want to learn, you know?
He's so articulate with it, and it comes, and he has the perfect balance of, excuse me, of like humility, but also being fucking that guy, you know? I mean, seeing him do like a sweep, dodge, and elbow it's many. Like
That's the art. That's the art in martial arts, man. It's not just. I mean, it is just two people fighting, but then there's layers deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you said. Like when he swept the dude's foot and then spun the elbow. That is the art in it. That's what makes that sequence, along with countless other sequences that you see in fights, are the reason why violence can be beautiful. Yeah. You know?
I mean, it's true. Like, you play a fighting video game and you learn these combos, and it's, you in my mind, I'm thinking like, no person could ever do it this beautifully or articulate in that fashion. And then you watch someone do Muay Thai. You watch someone like in MMA, and you see them do this beautiful combo. Like, they predict the other opponent's move because it's in their fucking blood. You practice this day in and day out, that you're like, oh, in sparring, I notice what's gonna come next, and then boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's ways to stay ahead. Yeah, because I wouldn't say like, I don't want to say like predicting or like anticipating, but in a sense, it is like you are anticipating something, and when you do and you are right, because you're gonna be wrong a lot of the times, but you know, if you get good enough to see in like how this is gonna play out, then in a way you can get ahead, right? Like if somebody throws a punch, like I know that I can slip and then come back with something, and he's probably going to come back with something. So I just got to be ready to defend right afterwards. Yeah. And then throw. So that's like ways that you can get ahead in the game.
Dude, and your reaction time is nuts. Because like, I don't know, I'll get fucking cooked. I'll get fucking destroyed in the ring. I'm that type of guy, like, where my homies, like, you know how, like, if you're kicking with your homies and do this fucking thing?
Oh, you'll flinch hella hard?
I'll flinch not only hella hard, but hella late. I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, dead in the ring.
Just practice, bro. It just takes practice, man, just like with anything else.
Yeah, dude, I should just hire you to just keep doing this to me so I can just work on my my flinch reflex. Let's say if you were a character in a fighting video game, what's your superhero move? Or, like, your super move?
Fuck. Like a signature move?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
What kind of fighting game? Like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Let's do Street Fighter first, and then let's do what's your fatality for Mortal Kombat?
I always thought it'd be dope to like shoot a fireball, man. Like as a kid, as a boy growing up, and you watch like Dragon Ball Z and all these other great animes, and like you see people shooting fireballs like that. I'm like, bro, that's so fucking dope. Like, I would love to be able to shoot a fireball. So that would be a signature move of mine if I was a Street Fighter character. And then for Mortal Kombat, my fatality, fuck, man, what would I like to do? I always liked one of Johnny Cage's, where he would hit the uppercut and then your fucking jaw would come off and then he'd take two. He threw it again and your pieces of your jaw just keep flying off.
Oh,
I think that would be pretty dope too.
These Mortal Kombat games, I don't know if you played the newer ones, but they're just getting more and more in depth and beautiful, like where it shows the X-ray of the person. So that's what I'm imagining as you're saying that, dude. That's so crazy. Like a fireball would be nuts to see you just shoot at the end of a match.
Right. Yeah, and that shit would be so fucking cool, man. Like who wouldn't want to be able to shoot a fireball,
right?
You know.
On the realistic sense, what's your favorite what's your favorite move? I know that you freestyle. And I know that you were looking to get a win via submission, and you got that. But like, what feels the best?
Hitting someone and watching them fall. Like, and it's so weird, man. It's so weird because like whenever it happens, it always feels like you didn't hit them hard. Yeah. Like it feels like you punched like a pillow. You know, like, like it feels like you missed almost, and then like you throw it, and then again, like you feel like you missed. It didn't really hit hard, but then you see this person just drop. You know what I mean? Yeah. That is probably the best feeling.
Oh, dude, I replayed that like liver shot moment like 5 times because it was so delayed. Like you hit him and he tried to stay up a little bit and then he like held his stomach and then fell. It was like almost cartoonish. I was like, that's nuts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the little delayed reaction. Yeah, man. I was actually going down to the body quite often that fight too. And that's just Coach Eddie. When he was teaching at T4L, he was talking about he made the comparison to go into the body as like putting change in a piggy bank. Whoa. Right? You keep going to the body, if the person is strong, you go to the body, he's going to get weak. If the person is fast, you go to the body, he will slow down. If the person is known for being durable, you keep going to the body, eventually they will weaken, right? Wow. So you keep putting change in the piggy bank, and then eventually you're going to the piggy bank's going to bust and you'll be able to go cash out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that is such a good analogy.
Yeah, Eddie, bro. That's all good. That's all Coach Eddie, man. Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people would think like just go for the head, go for the get them down, you know. But like, if you really want to take someone down for over the long run, weaken them, lower down their HP, right?
Exactly.
Wow,
exactly.
That's so crazy. I'm here acting like I'm about to like go for the body. Yeah. I'll never have that opportunity.
I think I speak for everyone when I say, well, especially like fighters. I would way rather get punched in the face than get fucking punched in the body, or like hit in the face than hit in the body. Whoa. Right? Yeah.
That's so crazy, dude.
Way rather, especially like if you're tired. Yeah, dude. That's I'd way rather get hit in the face.
I like how you said, it feels good to like punch someone and then just see them fall. It's like analogous to like a comedian saying, I like to tell a joke and see someone laugh. And it's cool to just know that there's so many different like connections no matter what you do, type of thing. What's next? I mean, like I know you want to take this to the next level, but like what's your dream, dude? To just like be able to do this forever and ever and ever?
No, hell no, not forever and ever. Fuck no. Fighting's a young man sport, man, and I'm gonna do it as long as I can. But my ultimate goal is to give myself and my family freedom, like financial freedom. Yeah, you know what I mean. And growing up, we weren't always like the richest family, but we weren't always the poorest. You know, everything that we needed, we had. You know, there's always food. Yeah. We always had a roof over our head. I always had clothes. I always had a bed to sleep in. You know, but my pop, he's been working 2 jobs for the past like 7 years, and then his job that he's been at before he got his second job, he's been working there for over 20 years. They just shut down. Wow. And he was working, so he would work that job from like 5 a.m. to like 1, and then from 2 to like 10, he would go, he would work at his other job. And then he would come home and fucking eat dinner and then fucking go lift some weights and then go to sleep and then wake up like 3 hours later and do it all over again. I seen him do it for years, you know, and he never fucking complains about it at all. And I know he fucking hates it, you know, like it doesn't take a genius to fucking know that you don't want to fucking work 2 jobs. You don't even want to work 1 job, you know what I mean? So imagine just working 2 and then you got a house, you know, a family to fucking provide for. So my dream is to do this until my family is financially free. And then I want to be able to start my own family one of these days, you know, not anytime soon. I still got some things that I want to accomplish as far as my career goes. But I want this to provide for my family's financial freedom. You know, and obviously I would love to be a world champion too. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm a fighter. You know, I want to be the best, and to be the best, you have to beat all of the best. And becoming a world champion and giving my family financial freedom. The promotion that I would love to go for there is one fighting championship. Just because, you know, like from the events that I've seen, all you have to do is just get a finish and you're getting a bonus, man.
Wow.
Like, you know, like when the commentator, the announcer, or the commentator comes up and is interviewing the fighter, there's like, oh, by the way, Mr. Chaudhry just said that you're going to win. You just punched yourself a $75,000 win bonus. And I'm like, bro, if you're telling me that all I got to do is just fucking go out there and finish someone for a fucking win bonus, that's not including your show money, your win money, right? So if you're telling me that's all I got to do, bruh, it's fucking say less. You know what I'm saying? And then, so one championship is that's the promotion that I would love to go to. Also because of the rule sets, you know, they let you knee people that are on the ground. Wow. Right. And as a fighter, who the fuck wouldn't want to fucking knee somebody in the face as hard as you can when they're on the fucking ground and not get in trouble for it? You know what I'm saying?
I've heard you say that exact same sentence in another interview. Yeah. And now it's just that much. And it's crazy because, like, you know, I'm just some dork and I'm like, that would be.
Yeah, wouldn't that be so much fucking fun? And not knowing that you're not going to get in trouble for it, bro. Say less, right? So one is the promotion that I would love to go to, but I would not be upset at getting a UFC contract either, going to the UFC, because my management team and A1 Combat, they're really pushing their fighters to get to the UFC. So I would be a fucking idiot if, like, I was offered a UFC contract or a deal with them and I'm like, nah, I'm trying to go to one. You know, I'd be a dumbass to do that. So yeah, either one fighting championship or the UFC. I would love to be signed to either of them. Yeah. You know?
What's the conventional order of events that would happen? Like you just because this is for this next fight they have on September 6th. That is for the flyweight championship, right?
Yes.
And the natural order of events, is there is there like a ONE FC or like a UFC kind of agents that kind of sees your fights or sees your record and they're just like, I want this guy? Or do you what is it?
Kind of, sort of, like, so there's smaller regional promotions like A1 Combat, and then there's like LFA, Cage Warriors, Fury. So all of these promotions that I just named, and I think there's a couple other ones too, are like what you can say like feeder promotions. So like the people that are champions in these promotions tend to be shipped off to the UFC. You know what I'm saying? And it can be a combination of a bunch of things. Like you can get on the mic and be like, hey, I want a fucking contract, you know, make sure you fucking watch my fight, you know, and like, let me know what you like, you know, or let me know what you see and what you think. Or your manager can, you know, they know someone that knows someone, you know, you gotta have a foot in, and then the promoters for these regional feeder promotions can be hitting up like the matchmakers for the UFC and be like, yo, I think that this kid is ready, you know what I'm saying, like, can we get him on? And then they'll watch you, and if they like what they see, then they'll fucking send you a call. I'm a lot closer than I think people think, and I think I'm a lot closer than I think too. So,
yeah. Wow, dude. Well, you know, we're here rooting for you, dude.
But it's a process, though. It's a process, though, man. Just to, I guess, win.
Yeah.
Simple as possible. Just win.
No matter what you do, just win.
Yeah, just win. And it's got to be pretty exciting too. You got to be exciting, you know, because nobody wants a boring fighter. Nobody wants somebody that is, you know, just holding on to somebody for, to edge out a win. You got to be exciting. You got to have a good following. You got to be marketable. You got to be good on the microphone. And all of these things are taken into consideration too, like when you make it to the next level, because it's not just you as a fighter, it's you as your brand. You got to be able to, is this guy a good character? You know what I mean? And like, is this guy good on the mic? Is he good at promoting himself? Is he good at promoting fights? And so it's a process, and there's a bunch of different things that
That's
come
so
into
interesting,
play.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder a lot of I've always wondered why. Yeah, like where does the branding come into this whole thing? But that's because you are selling yourself at these feeder promotions to get picked up by a bigger promotion like ONE FC or UFC, and that's where like Wrong Turn comes in, and that's where which is cool because not only is it part of your brand, but it is truly a part of you. It's not like you're really trying to hack it up for anything, really. Like, that is truly after a win, and you're yelling 707, say that shit backwards.
Yeah,
like that is Terrance.
Yeah.
And so it's easier like that. You don't have to try when it's already you, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that too, because when I'm fighting, yes, there's a different side of me that comes out and that has to come out, but when I'm just chilling, I'm honestly, bro, I'm just like a regular ass fucking person, man. I just work hard. I practice being grateful. And I love what I'm doing, and it's just me being me, man. Yeah.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude. I don't want to keep you too long, so we'll go ahead and like wrap this thing up. I'm not sure if you know how these episodes end.
I don't.
So I got a background in comedy improv, and usually like with my guests, I do an improv scene.
Okay.
And you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Okay.
Or we could freestyle rap to a beat.
Nah, hell no. I'm not fucking doing that.
But yeah, I mean, like, have you ever done improv or anything like that before?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I did this with Blake, and he fucking killed it because that guy's so funny. But yeah, that's how I usually end this. And then afterwards, we'll get to like promoting all your shit and whatnot. But I just want to thank you for coming through again,
bro,
dude.
Thank you for having me, man.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's a palate cleanser once again to like talk to a fighter. I get a lot of rappers and artists on, which is great, and I fucking love that shit. But like, it's always cool to see a different side of things.
Appreciate it.
The way these improv scenes go is that they could be about anything and everything having to do with the episode, like all the shit we talked about, or it could be about nothing at all.
Okay.
Do you want to start it, or do you want me to start it?
I just want to see an example on how maybe like how I should probably go about it, right?
My biggest advice is to just like always yes and is what they say. So like if in the scene I say like yo, Terrance, man, did you see that peanut butter jelly sandwich in the kitchen? Don't say like there's no peanut butter jelly sandwich in the kitchen, because that'll make me go like, yeah, you're right. There's not a peanut butter jelly sandwich in the kitchen. And then like now the scene won't go anywhere type of thing.
Okay. I'm so confused. All right. Go ahead. I guess you can start it off, and then I'll just go off.
We'll just go with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if we don't want to do this, I can cut this out and we can just say we didn't have to do this.
Okay.
Without further ado, baddies, it can't be that bad. And then I put an applause. All right. Next up, auditioning for the role of Johnny Cage, we have Terrance Wrong Turn Saeturn. Is that you?
Yes, this is me, Terrance Wrong Turn Saeturn. I would love to. I'm out here trying to fucking get into this role of Johnny Cage. I can do the splits. Check me out.
Jesus Christ, you did the split so hard that your toes touched each other, but the other way around. Okay, all right. Like, what are your other special skills?
I got a good shadow kick too. Watch this.
This is... I didn't even know that was actually possible. You did a real shadow kick.
Yeah, I can pull an Oscar out of my ass too. Check this out.
I'm concerned about that. You have pockets and you have a backpack, but you keep that there.
Who needs pockets when you have your asshole?
You're... Right, yeah, we might have you audition for something else after this too. Okay, so like, how did you get into acting?
I was born to act.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was born. I crawled out of my mama's pussy acting. I had a pair of stunner shades on, and I smiled at the camera, teeth fully teethed already, and the teeth was shining. And I told my mom, I'm gonna be Johnny Cage when I get older.
Okay, let me get this right. You crawled out of your mom's pussy. So
Crawled out.
She didn't even have to push out.
Nope, didn't have to push. I crawled out.
Okay, you already had teeth.
Fully teethed.
Yeah, so you
with some stunner shades too. I had some stunner shades coming out.
Stunner shades. That's crazy because those don't grow in the womb. So you just had those.
I had them.
Natural. It seemed you were literally born for this role.
Absolutely. Now,
okay.
You'd be making a mistake if you didn't fucking accept me as this role.
I can see that. Okay. I mean, like, that's I have nothing else to say. Let's get you. Did you prepare a monologue?
I did not.
That's fine. You kind of you look the role. You are the role. You did a shadow kick. Can you do a force ball? That was a Liu Kang fireball. Actually, that's crazy. So we could have you play that on the side as well.
Perfect.
You got the job.
Thank you. Hey, it was always my dream to play Johnny Cage in the new Mortal Kombat movie. Thank you so much.
And scene, dude. You said you weren't good at it. That was basically it. You came up with so much that I could play with.
That was so fucking horrible. I can't wait to fucking see this shit. I can't wait to see this.
Dude, you said you crawled out of your mom's pussy with fully teeth. That's so crazy. Nah, dude, that was so funny. Just a few more things before we end this episode, dude. For people that want to get into it, I'm sure you're asked this all the time, but like a lot of my listener base, like I'm sure they're interested if they want to get into the whole thing. Like, what advice do you have for like any newcomers
to get into MMA?
Yeah.
My advice would be to look up a local MMA gym that's in your area. Go there and see how class is. If they allow you to watch the class, go there, check out how class is, and if you like what you see, then sign up. You know, the hardest part is just starting.
Wow.
Right. It is harder to stay on the path, but the most difficult part is really just walking in through the doors and then signing up.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure that you have an open mind. You know, don't keep your mouth shut at practice. You know what I'm saying? Do as you're told. Ask good questions. You know, even don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. But yeah, that's and have fun, man. Have fun because, you know, that's part of the reason why people do it is because it is fun. Yeah. All right. So walk in, have an open mind, keep your mouth shut. When you do have questions, ask when the time is right and have fun.
Yeah. And for those already in the ring, but at a lower level than you, what kind of advice do you have for those people?
Keep on keeping on. Keep training. Again, continue to have an open mind and make sure that you surround yourself with people that actually care about you and people that aren't just forcing you to do these things or telling you that you should do these things. You know, make sure that these people have the best interest for you. Listen to your coaches and have fun, man. Don't ever forget to have fun because that's part of the reason why people do it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right?
And for the September 6th fight coming up, anything you want to say about that? Any different ways you've been prepping for this fight that is different than others?
I did just this fight camp. I did have I do have a personal trainer now, Paisley. Shout out to Paisley. We actually went to high school together, and he's a year older than me, maybe 2 years older than me, and he's got a degree in being a personal trainer. So we've been doing a lot of like fight specific stuff as far as workouts, like a lot of mobility stuff, some explosion stuff, and yeah, I would say that. And then our schedule changed for training this week. It just changed, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I'd still have multiple sessions a day. I still teach. You know, I'm still eating the same things that I've been eating in fight camp for the past 5 camps. So yeah, I guess the newest wrinkles in the game in preparation has been my personal trainer and our new schedule.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited for you. Yeah, I'll release this episode before September 6th. And so, like, baddies out there, listeners, tune in. UFC Fight Pass, that's where they could tune in and watch it.
Sorry. So, Friday, September 6th, A1 Combat 24. That is the name of the event. I will be fighting for the A1 Combat vacant flyweight title. I am the main event. Terrance Wrong Turn Saeturn. I'm fighting Carlos Puente Jr. I want to give a shout out to my new main sponsor, A Whole New Day. Thank you guys for believing in me and wanting to be a part of this journey. I'm really grateful for you, DeAndre, and your pop, John. Thank you to Crown Golf. Thank you to my girl, Nicole, for dealing with my crazy ass and, always being supportive and helping take a load off my shoulders as far as creating the shirts and then taking orders. Thank you to my teammates. Thank you to my coaches, Sonny, Devo, Madali, Huey, Amini, Kanoa, Caesar, Adam. Thank you guys, Blake. Thank you guys. I love you guys. And then thank you, Chris.
Dude, of course, man. And until next time, I'd love to have you and Blake here. Probably like when we could all have like a beer together.
Absolutely.
During the episode.
I would love to.
And then, we'll just kick it, get silly goofy and whatnot, and shoot the shit, dude. Without further ado, one last thing, look into the barrel of your camera and leave the baddies, leave the listeners with the phrase of saying a piece of advice that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Oh, perfect. Don't let today get you down because tomorrow is a whole new day.
Perfect. Fuck yeah, dude. Terrance, till next time, brother.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
All right, yeah, of course. All right, peace, baddies. Love you. Bye.